Warm welcome you all to channel Meet MIT, that is Math is Tricky.
Let's see the first question. Suppose the question is limit x tends to 0, then sine a, suppose this is sine ax by x. Suppose you have to find the limit of this. So remember this formula. We are using this sine theta by theta, limit theta tends to 0 equals 1. This is the main formula we are going to use, and always this will be for. Okay, this is our main formula. Okay, so what we can see here, remember this, how we are using this formula. Remember this theta is here for angle, in angle for sine theta, sine, so it must be in denominator, so that we can have the value limit theta tends to 0 sine theta by theta equals 1. So let's see here, limit x tends to 0. Now we'll write like this here, ax by, let's make this angle in denominator also, ax. To balance this we'll write here a, so now this will be whole as 1 into a, so simply answer will be a. This is first question. Let me write another question and solve it for you. The second question I'm taking here, number 2. Let's see the second problem, limit theta tends to 0 tan theta by theta, the value of this. So what we can do here, for this also, always remember the given expression must be in the form of sine theta. So we can change this tan in terms of sine, like this, sine theta by cos theta, already that is theta. So now we can write here limit theta tends to 0, so again here sine theta by theta and 1 by cos theta, so this will be again 1. So from this formula we can write here 1 by cos 0, and answer will be here 1 by 1 equals 1. This means for tan theta by theta also we can write here 1. So let me take another problem for you. Let's see the question number 3 and then solve for you. I'm writing here another question. Let me write here question. So limit x tends to 0 tan bx by x. So just I have solved one problem like this. So what we can do here, let's write here x tends to 0, limit x tends to 0. So as we know that this is also formula, we can write here tan x by x. If I've just proved this, x tends to 0, it will be also 1. So simply you can write this as formula. So let's say here tan bx by, again here bx into b, to balance this, so this is going to be 1, so we can write here 1 into b equals b. This is your answer. So another question I'm taking for you. So let's see the fourth one, question number 4 here. So question number 4, limit x tends to 0 sine mx by sine nx. So for this, as I told you, if there is sine, so we must use this formula. To use this formula, we'll arrange like this, x tends to 0 and write here sine mx by mx into mx, just balance this so that it will be sine theta by theta, and then again here sine nx by nx, balance this. So now this is going to be 1, this is going to be 1, and this and x cancel. So how much will have 1 into m by 1 into n. So answer is going to be m by n. This is your answer. So let me write another problem for you and solve it. So question number 5. So we can write here tan ax by tan bx, limit x tends to 0. X tends to 0. So again, as we can, I just told you, we have already proved formula. for 10 also, 10x by x is also 1, so we can write like this: limit x tends to 0, tan ax by ax, and just balance this by putting ax and ax here, so tan bx by bx into bx. So similarly this is going to be 1, this is going to be 1, and this x and x cancel, so 1 into a by 1 into b. Our answer is a by b. Let me take one more problem. Hope you are understanding this, and please, if you like this video, please don't forget to subscribe my channel and share among your friends. So next question I'm taking here: limit x tends to a sine x minus a by x square minus a square. So this again here we have to use this formula. Remember, always sine theta by theta. So let's change this in that form. How can we do that? So we can write here sine x minus a as it is. Now we can use formula for denominator as a minus b, a plus b for a square minus b square. So this is going to be x minus a times x plus a. Now this is going to be 1, you can see here clearly. As x tends to a means, you can see here x tends to a means it is also x minus a tends to 0. So we don't have to worry about this, and simply it is going to be 1 by x means a plus a, and so it will be 1 by 2a. This is your answer. So let me solve one more problem and then I'll be explaining it. Number 7. So let me write here question number 7. Question is like this: limit x tends to 0, and here sine ax cos bx by sine cx. For this, see here, as this sine, we can see here sine in this given expression, so we have to manage them so that it goes in formula sin theta by theta. But this cos bx, we don't have to worry about this, because if we put here x equals 0, it is going to be cos 0, and that is 1. It is giving finite number, so don't worry about that. So limit x tends to 0, let's manage this sine ax by ax, because it gives 0 by 0, remember, right? So cos bx as it is, because it is not giving any indeterminate form, so sine cx by cx into cx. This is going to be 1, this is going to be 1, x and x cancel, so what is the remaining? 1 into a by 1 into c, and cos 0, so answer is a by c. That's your answer. Hope you are understanding this. Let me do one more problem. Suppose here the question is next question I'm taking here, question number 8, and this question is here: limit x tends to 0, 1 minus cos 6x by x square. This is very important question. For this, as we know that it is again in the form 0 by 0, and as I told you, for trigonometric function, to calculate limit for trigonometric function, we have to use this formula. So we need to change this in sign. So what we can do here, for this we can use this formula. Formula is here: 1 minus cos a means 2 sine a square a by 2. So using this formula we can write this one as 2 sine a square. Remember here a means a square by 2, so it is here 6a, so it will be here 6x by 2, and that's x square is here, so we can write here limit x tends to 0. Now 2, it is here sine 3x by x, and I'm putting both in whole square form. So to use this as formula, we have to manage this, so put here 3 and 3 so that it will be cancelled. Now answer will be how much? It is going to be this is 1, so 2 into this is here, that's a formula is here 2 into how much is this? This is going to be 2 into 3 here, so 3x, and 3 is managing this, so simply it is going to be answer is remaining is 3 square, so simply it is 2 into 9, 18. Here it is answer is 18. Its answer is here. So for such type of problems, I'll just say one trick also. This is such for this type of problem. Trick is simply here always answer will be simply this is 6 square by 2. 36 by 2 answer is 18. So the trick is here. The trick is for 1 minus cos ax by x square, and then limit x tends to 0. Answer is always a square by 2. You can use limit x tends to a cos ax minus cos bx by x square. So as I told you, always we are going to use this formula in case of trigonometric function. So let's change this in sine. So what can be done? For this we have a formula. We'll be using cos a minus cos d formula. So that's it is here 2 sine c plus d by 2 means a plus b by 2 times x, and then sine is again there d minus c, so b minus a by 2, and x here, and there is x square, so let's write here x and x. Now to get 1 from formula, or to use this formula, we have to balance this, so a plus b by 2 here, now b minus a by 2 here. Now to balance this we have to write here a plus b by 2 and then b minus a by 2, so that this is going to be used as formula. This is also giving 1. So as the remaining, this and 2 to cancel, so limit remaining is x tends to a. Now it is here b plus a times b minus a, and so we can use formula. This is b square minus a square by 2. This is your final answer. So hope you are understanding this. Let me write another problem and solve for you. Please share this video among your friends also. If you understand this, if you like this, don't hesitate to share among your friends. Next question. This is again here limit x tends to 0 sine ax minus sine bx by x. This is another question. So this can be solved in 2 ways. So we can use here sin c minus sin d formula, or we can use this method also. Just separate them. Sin ax by x minus limit x tends to 0 sine bx by x. So now let's balance this so that we can use formula into a, b into b, so that it will be here 1 into a minus 1 into b. Answer is a minus b. Also we can use CD formula to get answer for this type of problem. So another question, question number 11. Let me write here. The question is here 1 minus limit x tends to 0 1 minus px, 1 minus cos px by 1 minus cos qx. Okay, so as I told you, we are mostly using this formula. So let's change this in the form of sine. So what can be done? So as I gave you formula how to change this one, so this is going to be 2 sine square px by 2, and then again this is also sine 2 sine square qx by 2. So we can cancel this, and now we can use this formula sin theta by theta. So to use that, let's balance this. Sine px by 2 whole divided px by 2 into px by 2, and sine qx by 2, so qx by 2 into qx by 2. There is whole square. Let's put here whole square, so that this is giving 1, again this is 1, so we can cancel this 2 and 2, x and x, so that we'll be getting here p square by q square as our final answer. So let me write another problem and solve it for you. So the question number 12, I'm writing here question number 12 from this problems regarding limit, and it is involving trigonometric functions. So another question 16. Okay, next question is here, limit x tends to 0 tan 2x minus sine 2x by x cube. Okay, so as I told you, what we are doing in this type of problems, we'll try to use this formula sin theta by theta. Okay, so let's change this. What we can do here, for this type of problem, we'll change this tan as sin x by cos x, so sin 2x by cos 2x. After that, we'll simplify this to get the answer x cube here. So now let's write here x tends to 0. Now after taking let's take LCM here 1. So after taking LCM, let's take sin 2x as common, so it is here 1 minus cos 2x by x cube into cos 2x. So now we can write like this here, limit x tends to 0, and then here sin 2x by 2x. To balance this, I'm writing here 1 2, and then this, for this we can write here one formula, 2 sin square x by x square. So what we are getting here, this is 1, and this will be also giving 1. So it's the answer 2 into 2, answer is 4. Okay, so that's our final answer. Hope you understood this. Let me to solve one more problem for you. Question number now 13 here. Question number 13. So similar question you can try by yourself. Another question is here, limit x tends to pi by 2 and sec x minus 10x. Okay, so if we put here pi x as pi by 2 means 90 sec 90 cos 90 0 infinity minus infinity is there. So what we can do here, this can be solved in two ways. So I'm just writing here, let's rationalize this so that we're getting here x tends to pi by 2, and for sec x minus 10x, what you do here, let's put 1 in denominator. So now we can put the formula for 1 so that it will be cancelled. So sec x minus 10x, and then this is sec square x minus 10 square x. Now what we can do here, for this we can write here, let's use formula of a square minus b square, so that it will be cancelled and we'll be getting answer pi by 2 sec x minus 10x, and this is going to be sec x minus 10x times sec x plus 10x, so that this one is cancelled. So what's the remaining here, limit x tends to pi by 2 1 by sec x plus 10x. Let's put here x as pi by 2 means it will be here sec pi by 2 plus 10 pi by 2 sec, and so it is here infinity plus infinity, that means 1 by infinity equals 0. Sec 90 is infinity, tan 90 is also infinity. Let's take another problem, that is question number 14 for you. Sec square limit x tends to 1, x tends to pi by 4, sorry, x tends to pi by 4, sec square x minus 2 by 10x minus 1. Let's see this problem and then try to solve it. Okay, so for this, it's very simple. Let's put here x as just copying x, limit x tends to pi by 4. Let's put formula for sec square x, so 1 plus 10 square x minus 2 by 10x minus 1. We'll try to cancel something from numerator and denominator. This is what I'm doing here. So limit x tends to pi by 4. Yeah, so it is now going in formula 10x whole square minus 1 square 10x minus 1. So we can write here limit now after using formula of a square and b square, minus will be cancelled, so we'll be getting here 10x plus 1. So now let's put here x as pi by 4, so 10 pi by 4 plus 1, that is 1 plus 1 equals 2. It's your answer. Okay, so let me write one more problem and solve for you. And please always start with the positive thinking. Yeah, it's easy and we can do. You can do. It's for you. So one more problem here. Limit x tends to pi by 4. Similar problem, 2 minus cosec s square x by 1 minus cot x. So similarly we can solve this the same as previous one. So same thing we are doing here. Let's put the formula of cosec square x. So 2 minus cosec square is 1 plus cot square x. So that something will be cancelled from numerator and denominator. So cot x. So do we get here limit x tends to pi by 4. 2 minus 1 means 1. 1 minus cot x whole square. So we can write here 1 square and here 1 minus cot x. Let's use the formula of a square minus b square. So that will be getting here from numerator and denominator minus will be cancelled. So 1 plus cot x will be there in numerator. Now replace x by pi by 4. So 1 plus cot pi by 4. It is here 1 plus 1. Answer is 2. Thank you so much. Hope you understood this.
Thank you so much for watching my video. I hope you like this video. Please do share this video with your friends, in your circle, in your social media, and please don't forget to subscribe my channel. Thank you so much. God bless you.